So, hi everyone, this is Feud and welcome back to FreeSpace. So we're gonna play finally something which I've been waiting for like a decade. I'm almost sure it's gonna be the remake of Inferno. So finally, Inferno Nostos has been released. This is gonna be a campaign which remakes the original Inferno, which I played, I think like 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. And this is going to be the basically the how everything would look like if you let's say if you maximize, or not maximize, but you bring the maximum out of the free space to open engine, or yeah, for the media VPS and etc. We cannot see the version, but this is a nightly build, and the issue I've discovered is that the sound quality of this nightly build is not the best. I checked with the original stable version, and when I tried to play like an original campaign or anything, that was working fine. So this one of the newest release candidates or something, has introduced this kind of thing. I'm not sure if it's my issue or the issue with the build, but most likely issue with the build because I didn't have this with the stable release, so it's something bad with it. So I apologize for the sound quality if it's bad. It's definitely bad. You can hear the difference if you check the previous videos I made with FreeSpace, or this one is definitely going to be different. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that unfortunately I'm still not going to play the music, although it sounds like this. It's really good. It's really good. I'm gonna play it on easy because I tried to beat the first mission on medium difficulty and it was really hard, so that's something I'm gonna do. Also, there are new features that I enabled, and I think I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna see it later. You will see like a 3D radar and info next to targets, etc. That's basically something that FreeSpace to open already offers. I just didn't enable them. Okay, so that's what needs to be known. Let's get going. Let's see what the new content has to offer.
Welcome aboard. This is Admiral Ranzai, commander of the Independence, flagship of the 4th Fleet. I'd like to personally welcome the new pilots transferred here to Antares for our renewed operations against the Earth Alliance. You'll be holding the line as the bulk of the fleet, including the GDD Ramayana, rotates into Beta Aquali to relieve the GDD Prex.
There's no voice acting, so Microsoft Semi is being used.
The war with Earth. 16 months ago, our scientists completed and powered up the Soul Gate. We expected a warm reunion with our homeworld, but our diplomatic efforts only provided cover for an Earth Alliance invasion. The EA, which rose to power following the collapse of the Soul Jump node, is a hostile, expansionist force hell-bent on conquering our systems. The Alliance has already seized control of Delta Serpentis and its adjunct ROS 128, and our forces in Beta Aquali are locked in a bloody stalemate. 6 weeks ago, the enemy landed on our capital world, Janus, the second planet of the system.
It's not Electronic Arts, so...
The counterattack begins. The siege of Janus convinced the Security Council to authorize an escalation of hostilities in Beta Aquali. The 4th Fleet will spearhead the assault into enemy space. The Independence will remain here in Antares for the initial assault. Once the Ramayana secures a staging position in Beta Aquali, we will move in system to provide on-site command and control. The GDDA's first priority is to retake Beta Aquali and our capital. Once our strategic position is stabilized, we can strike at Delta Serpentis, ROS 128, and eventually, Sol itself. The Sudan position. The Sudans have kept their distance in a conflict that they claim remains purely a Turan dispute. The Imperium's refusal to commit to anything more than token involvement has heightened tensions between our races. As such, we cannot expect significant Sudan support in our campaign unless or until the EA begins to threaten the Sudan systems. traitor faces justice. In the name of transparency and accurate information, I must inform you that the convicted traitor, former Major Eleanor Karpinski, was transferred to the Tartarus Maximum Security Penitentiary in orbit over the moon of Antares I at 1700 yesterday evening, to run standard time.
What is
The
penitentiary?
Major fed classified intelligence to the EA, and conspired to defect with additional damaging information. Fortunately, Karpinski's activities were discovered and she was apprehended before she could make her escape.
Okay, conspired, conspiracy, conspired. To defect, yeah, defect, it's, yeah, additional damaging info. Apprehended, yeah. I think I know what these words, so I know what these words mean, yeah. So, but I've never seen penitentiary, what the hell is that? So, convicted traitor, yeah. I know about these words, but I rarely use them because almost nobody will understand these words, of course, except maybe English and very high educated people, but... sorry. Even I don't know the Hungarian, yeah, convict, yeah, equivalent of this, but never mind. I just know the main thing of this. So yeah, so we have a traitor. This girl is gonna be our traitor. We never had a girl traitor before in FreeSpace.
Technology. You are currently authorized to use the GDF Migos Advanced Space Superiority Fighter. A descendant of the famous GDF Ulysses, the Migos is a well-rounded superiority fighter in service with both Turan and the Sudan forces. You are also authorized to carry the standard-issue weapon suite, including the Sabak HL-12 Scissor, the Prometheus Cannon, the Shocker Heatseeker, the Hornet Swarm Missile, the Hurricane Dumbfire, and the Shadow Dog Fighting Missile. Familiarize yourselves with the specs in the holotech room. Report to the ready room for a mission briefing in 20 minutes. Dismissed.
One thing that you have to know about this company is it's highly influenced by FreeSpace 1. So if you're gonna hear familiar stuff from FreeSpace 1.
At 14:15 hours, 2 EA cruisers evaded our forces in Beta Aquali and made the jump into Antares. The corvette stationed at the node, the GDCZ Carolina, has requested fighter cover before mounting a counterattack. Alpha and Beta Wings, you are going in. Expect the EA to send a mix of fighters and bombers to back up their warships, and let's hope they don't have any heavier firepower to spare.
Well, they
Check
have
your loadouts and suit up. You are
spoilers.
launching in 5 minutes. Dismissed.
Okay, so the first thing that we are gonna see is this. This is a new feature in FreeSpace Open. I just wanted to see that. That's our ship, and let's see what this has to offer.
Good handshake, Alpha. 2 wings of the fighters are inbound. Intercept and destroy. Copy, Carolina. What about those cruisers?
New HUD.
Stand off the cruisers, Alpha. They're a TIE fighter envelope at least 1,200 meters. Stick close to our guns to maintain fire superiority.
I like these turrets. Okay, it seems warships were made much more powerful. These turrets and guns seem to be little. They still have the old anti-fighter weapons, which is good. I mean beam weapons. The graphics looks good. And we have this new HUD. It's kind of confusing, that's what it's enabled. But basically you can see you can see all of this information lapsed in the middle of the screen. Maybe I'm gonna turn that off, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna try to play each mission on a higher difficulty and I will just reset the difficulty to its previous, or tone it down if it's second completed. Oh, the beam effects look good. Those are different effects.
Command, We've destroyed the initial EA attack. The enemy cruisers did not support the fighters. Rally on the Carolina, pilots. EA doctrine demands multiple strikes before warships are committed. Intel anticipates a wave of heavy bombers any second now. Heads up, pilots. I see peregrine bombers with fighter escort headed our way. Carolina, we are engaging.
So basically they are sacrificing their fighters and bombers before they are committing their warships. That makes sense, you know?
Rearming complete, sir.
Okay, we need to deal with these. Peregrine class bombers, kind of familiar stuff. Destroy their bombs. I have to be careful.
Roger, sir. On our way.
That's all peregrine. Good flight.
Most of these, like speech, these are from FreeSpace 1. Evo ships you have deployed little force in GTV space. Surrender your vessels at once or we will destroy you. Do you think they care about this? Oh, yes, all human species are space. In the name of the United Indivisible human species, we must defend Earth's sovereignty from our vessels.
Carolina, you are cleared to engage.
Okay.
Alpha, Beta, support the Carolina by disarming those cruisers if possible, but conserve your assets to screen against bomber attack.
Okay, that sounds... Lol, that beam effect. That's like the Shivan Alred and BF red cannons. Okay, by contact finally. Okay, this one is dead. I was hit by our own beam cannon. What are these cannons? Oh my goodness. Oh, the sound effects are excellent. Terra Invictus.
Roger, sir. On our way.
Fucking idiots.
Cruiser destroyed. Stand clear of debris. Pilot. Great shot. Submarine. Forward to the Allen reactor.
Cord railings. Cord.
Our plot is clear. Excellent work, pilots. Hold the node until we can rotate in reinforcements. Rearm if you need to.
Rotating reinforcements.
Rearming complete, sir.
I'd rather be fighting the Shivans if you ask me. You sure about that? Evans, how many times did you die in the Capella simulations? Look at the 3D radar, it's good. It's cool. Okay, I'm not sure how that is supposed to be like. Okay, whatever. I like the effects on the jump gate. It also looks cool.
This is Beta Lingu Shuttle Tigris. Be advised that the Beta Aquali node is an active combat zone. Gotta jump to a safe position at once.
That's a traitor girl. Why the fuck are we not already trying to do something with her? But
Hey, screw you. I didn't put on this IV drip and catheter for nothing. I'm telling
Yeah.
you that, sir. I think Evans might be onto something. Shuttle Tigris, halt your approach to the node and stand by for inspection.
they will
Tigris,
not.
Respond.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
IFF is hostile. Reading multiple enemy warships.
Uh-oh.
You just jumped in a cord that was due escort. We need immediate reinforcements. Command, do you read? Command isn't responding. There's a science cruiser parked between those warships. It must be jamming our comms. Copy. All fighters, target advantages panel arrays. Pilots,
What the hell is
we are
this?
engaging the formidable to give you a clear shot at the vantage. Stand clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we need to destroy this thing. Okay, we are being destroyed currently. We can't destroy it? Or what the fuck? Oh man. Okay, we need to destroy this before the Carolina is being destroyed. Got it.
Captain, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Mayday 3, 175th final orders. We have been ambushed by an undisguised force. The Carolina is down. We need immediate reinforcements.
Okay. I'm destroying those escorts.
This is a live command. We are deploying the GDD Ramayana to assist. Hang in there, pilots.
Okay, I'm the only one who survived.
Ramayana now on station. We are engaging
fuck
the
you.
lines. Alpha 1, fall back to our defensive screen.
Okay, those were interesting kind of beam effects. I got scared. Yeah, you would rather do something with this. They all escaped. Okay, our mission objectives failed.
Command, enemy forces had retreated. We are reviewing Alpha 1 single quote S logs now. It looks like this was a distraction so that the shuttle Tigris could escape with Major Eleanor Karpinski aboard. Acknowledged. Pilot, the Independence is needed on station in Beta Aquali, and she can't wait for the recovery craft. We are therefore folding your unit into the 74th Templars, GDD Ramayana. You will be joining the Operation ARCHON counterattack fleet bound for Beta Aquali.
Having logs, but I think this is kind of... Okay, return to base, Ramayana hangar. Oh, that's upwards. Okay. Nice.
Welcome aboard the Ramayana, Lieutenant Commander. I'm sorry that your arrival couldn't be under better circumstances. Though the destruction of the Carolina was a tragedy, you survived an overwhelming EA assault on your first sortie with the 4th Fleet. Command has posthumously commended your wingmates for your squadron's quick response to the enemy advance. There are few pilots who can make a claim to that kind of baptism by fire. If you keep flying with us the way you did today, you'll do well in the 74th Templars. Our comms officer checked in with Tartaru's penitentiary just after they brought you on board. They confirmed that Major Eleanor Karpinski escaped less than an hour ago, with assistance from EA agents and sympathizers on the prison staff. Fortunately, the attackers used non-lethal force, and there were no additional escapees. GDGI has launched a full investigation into the breakout. Get yourself settled in. You'll be called to duty at 700 hours tomorrow morning. Dismissed. There was nothing you could have done to save the Carolina or the rest of your squadron.
Thank you very much. Okay, this mission is really hard. So, okay, so thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next one.